Hey guys, David here, and welcome to Digital Outlook. Guys, what a turnaround we have seen for XRP today. Just a few days ago, the bearish sentiment was big, but here we are, guys. Bang, 295, 296, and it would not surprise me if we were back over $3 overnight, guys. I really think we're seeing a lot of momentum. This turnaround has been so big that even a lot of major whales have actually changed positions. We've got this one particular whale out there that had a $2.1 million short for XRP and closed it, only to turn around immediately and open up a $2.8 million long. That tells you a lot, guys. Whale accumulation for these assets right now has been literally bigger than it has ever been in the history of XRP. They are gobbling it up like crazy. And why do you think that they are doing that? Well, for me, I think it has a lot to do with the launching of a lot of these exchange-traded funds later on this month. These ETFs that are coming out, and what is there, about 16 or so? Now, I don't know if all of them are spot, but needless to say, they're all moving in that direction, and it's going to happen very, very quick. And it wouldn't surprise me if we saw major players like BlackRock getting into the fray, because I'm going to tell you guys, they are going to be competing with all their institutional clients, aren't they? And they're going to want to be selling as many of these ETFs as they possibly can. Well, with the spot ETFs, they have to hold the underlying asset, don't they? And I think a lot of the whales know that there's going to be a major amount of pressure on XRP in terms of supply. And this is where we could see a massive push to the upside. In fact, I was listening to Jake Claver. Now, let's all hope that he's right. But I think Jake Claver was saying that it could hit, $50 by the end of October. Now, boy, would that be a massive deal if it did. Either way, whether that happens, we see $50 or not, I do believe we are going to see a big push of appreciation in the month of October. It may turn out to be a, buy the rumor, sell the news kind of deal. And so you want to be Johnny on the spot with that and really see what's going on behind the scenes. But with the appreciation with that, guys, you're going to want to be strategic in everything that you do. And that's why we get out there and really encourage you to get out and do that research for yourself and pull back that curtain and not allowing yourself to get played by the market. In fact, identify the markers of the psychology of this space, because in so doing, you're going to set yourself up for a level of success that you would not have otherwise. And guys, we have been talking about, in fact, I met with a bunch of folks for coaching today, and we've been discussing, Judy and I, about whether or not to really open it up. And there's only a few days that we are willing to do that prior to the launch of all these ETFs. And we're going to open up the 10th, the 14th, 15th, and 16th, and that is it. Because I'm going to tell you, by the 18th, when all of these, 18th to the 21st, these ETFs start popping off, I think is going to be on like Donkey Kong. So guys, if that interests you and you want to meet with me one-on-one for that 1 hour over Zoom, where we take a look at your portfolio and make sure that that is balanced towards your goals, where we help you to develop that exit strategy and share with you a ton of other techniques that are really going to help you to succeed in this space, then guys, you visit me right there at thedigitaloutlook.com and get yourself on the calendar, because I'll tell you, once the days are full, they're full. We can't commit to anymore, and that's pushing it right there. But when I was talking with Judy, she was saying, listen, David, right now, this is your window of opportunity, because if it doesn't happen, if it happens the way in which we think, and you don't have that availability, you're not going to be able to do it. So it's better for you to offer it now. So that's why we're doing it now. But guys, what's coming for this space between now, of course, and the end of the month and the end of the year? I think we are going to see a absolutely amazing end of the year like we did in 2017. Now, remember, 2021, now there are guys out there like Blockchain Backer, different ones, they're comparing what we're seeing now to 2021. But remember that 2020 to 2021 bull run was in a very unique context when all this was going down, of course, and you saw an artificial setup for the market with all of the, this helicopter cash that was coming in. Well, guys, we're in a different situation now. And a lot of TA for a lot of folks throughout this last year in this bull cycle have been comparing it primarily to what happened there in 2017. And in 2017, that last quarter was such a powerful quarter that it sent the prices of a lot of these altcoins into new territory like crazy. And I personally believe that this next alt season is going to be the biggest, most ferocious one that we have ever seen in this space. And I'm going to tell you something, you are going to want to be ready for it. You guys are going to want to be ready for it. And it can come that fast. When these things move, they happen lightning fast. That is how fast. And I am so excited for you, by the way. If you have never experienced a total off the chain bull run, boy, am I excited for you to do it, because it is something like you have never seen. It makes zero sense when it's happening, but it is sheer and utter euphoria. That is a fact. Everything starts popping off like crazy. And we literally sat there, Judy and I, looked at charts and watched some of these assets literally do hundreds, if not thousands of percent just in hours. It was that wild. Guys, it is something to behold. XRP has literally been suppressed for such a long time. Think about this. Back in the 2020-2021 run, of course, we had the SEC lawsuit that was all over it. And of course, it was delisted from every U.S. exchange save Uphold. Well, here we're in a situation where none of that exists. The lawsuit is totally over. Relisted on every exchange and then some. And on top of that, all this bullish news about the ETFs and the regulatory environment and everything. That did not exist back in 2020 to 2021. And even in that market, we saw a 1,200% move from 17.48 cents to $1.97. Now, you just think from where we are to where we could go. Guys, I believe we're going to see some major moves and some big prices into the high double digits, if not the triple digits. And guys, that's what we're waiting for. We have been in this space for a long, long time now. How many of us got into XRP hoping, to see a big change? Did we get into it thinking, oh, we're going to sell it on a 10, 20, 30 cent move? No, of course not. We are looking for those life-changing gains. And guys, I do think that we will see it. At least that's my expectation. And I'll tell you what, if this ship goes down, then I guess we're all going down together, because Judy and I, are we ever logged in. And guys, we are buckled up. We are ready to go. They're kicking the tires. They're lighting the fires. I genuinely believe this thing is going to smash right through the atmosphere. It is going to shock so many people. And yes, there is a lot of confluence in the broader marketplace. And we are waiting and we're watching and we're waiting and we're watching. Now, we could get a bit of a pullback here with this whole, government lockdown thing. But needless to say, guys, I think even if we do, it is still going to move. And you're watching it. I'm telling you, you and I, they want us to be afraid of our few $1,000 investments. Yet you got whales putting in tens of millions. I'm going to put the article to where that guy, the whale there that had the $2.1 million short, closed it and opened up a $2.8 million long. Now, that is a flip of the coin for sure. And guys, I think it's going to be something fantastic. So I'll tell you what, cannot wait. And tomorrow we're going to have another fantastic video for you guys. And until then, have a fabulous one and take care.